On to some market news here. So has there been price depreciation in our marketplaces this year? So it's been talk, or we're going to see housing prices decline a little bit. So let's look at the realities of it. Let's look at the numbers. Let's be honest with ourselves so we can educate our consumers. June 22 versus August 22. So beginning of the summer, end of the summer. What did we see happen? I'm not looking at every single county here that we serve because we can look at those specifically, but I'm just going to use a broad cross section to just kind of give us an idea. The dark maroon is all of North Texas, essentially, and then bleeding into East Texas as well, too. And then we're looking at some just specified counties, but you can do this for every single county. So what we've seen, June versus August, we have seen the average sales price come down about 5.8%. All across, if you blend it all together. Collin County down 4.7%, Dallas County down 14.8%. Again, remember with average sales price, those big sales one way or another can kind of skew the numbers a little bit. Denton County down about 3.7% and Tarrant County down about 1.8%. So we have seen the average sales price come down from June. And we've talked about this. We've gone from a market where we are aspirationally listing prices down to now trying to figure out what is an accurate sales price. So a little bit different animal that we're dealing with. Okay, so some price declines are taking place in the market, but let's put some perspective on what we've seen is really across the board. Remember, for like 18 months, every time we looked at this, the sale to list price ratio was 100% or higher. Now we are back getting into those norms that we would expect to see, which is 96 to 98% sold to list price ratio. So all across Netris, what we're looking at here is about a 98.83 sold to list price ratio, down about 3% from its high of 102%. Collin County, 98.6%. Dallas County, 99.3%. Denton County, 99.6%. Tarrant County, 99.32%, right? So again, really good information for some sellers to know that, look, we're going to list your house and you're going to get a very competitive offer on that house. What we're seeing in the marketplace right now is the sold to list price ratio is about 99% of list price. That's a great place to be. It's not 102 and 103.9%. But again, I think I saw the metric that about 70% of all sellers are also buyers. So if I'm not selling my house at 103% of asking price, I'm also not buying my next home at 103% over asking price as well. It all kind of shakes out. So really good information for our clients to know. But let's put some historical perspective on this. What about price appreciation August of 2021 to August of 2022? Again, across the board, up 13% across all of Netris, 18% in Collin County, up 10% in Dallas, up 5% in Denton, and up 17% in Tarrant. So even with those slight price declines that we're starting to see from June to August, we're still up year over year. What about August of 19 versus August of 22? Across all of Netris, up 47%, 59% in Collin County, up 39% in Dallas, and up 49% in Denton County. So again, some perspective is important here because sometimes all that the client's going to see is that, oh my gosh, houses have come down since earlier this year. Might be true depending on which market you're serving, particular neighborhood. We all know can get very specific. That's why you're the expert. But put some historical context in here. Yes, prices in our marketplace have declined 3.3% from the beginning of the summer or the end of the height of the frenzied pandemic buying market, but we're still up 49%. Since 2019. If I know I'm up 49% since 2019, I don't feel as bad giving up 3 to 5% right now. So a little bit of balance is important for everybody to realize here and stuff. So let's talk about that homeowner equity. It's now valued at $29 trillion. That's how much home ownership equity exists across the U.S. And so they have done some studies here. Like, what if the equity dropped just these different levels, if it went down 10% and if it went down 20%. So let's look at 10% first. If equity in everyone's home dropped 10%, what we would do is we kind of go in that square here and we go all the way back to when would that square intersect with the red line? We would go back all the way to 1987 would be the last time you've had this much equity in your property. What if there's a 20% price decline in properties? There, we're going to go all the way back to about 2005, right? So when we talk about potential price corrections that may come into our market across the U.S. or specifically here in Texas and Oklahoma, a little bit of historical context is really helpful for people to understand that the sky is not falling. This is not going back to historical lows of equity. In fact, we still remain at historical highs in that respect. And so let's look at the share of sellers here, right? So we have 10% of the sellers are actually Gen Z now, right? So we talk about millennials quite a bit, but now 10% of the sellers are actually Gen Z generation as well too. Millennials make up 28% of sellers, Gen X 29, baby boomers 29%. The South is absolutely where we are. We are leading. The Sun Belt is leading the way across the country and the highest percentage of sellers right now. And with that, we're done for the day. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes to tune into the roadmap. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful upcoming weekend, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care.